For more on this story, let's bring in Sama Al-Hamdani from Washington, D.C. She's a Yemeni political analyst who writes on her blog, Yemenitia. Excuse me, I pronounced that incorrectly. Yemenitia. Did I pronounce it right? How do you pronounce your blog?
It's Yemeniyati.
There we go. As well as Al Monitor Brookings and the Atlantic Council. Thanks again for joining us tonight. With Egypt threatening to send in ground troops in the wake of these airstrikes from Saudi Arabia, how much is that threat escalating the situation in Yemen?
It's definitely going to take the situation to the next step. I think at the moment, Egypt and other countries that are thinking about sending ground troops are going to have to go through the constitutional process with their own countries. Having said that, this is all a reaction. You know, publicly it's stated that it's a response to a request by President Hadi. President Hadi is now residing in Riyadh and does not seem to be having a plan to come back to Yemen anytime soon. As a matter of fact, at the Arab League summit, he asked the Saudi-led strikes to continue until his opponents surrender. And so that might be a long time from now. Having said that, the strikes have been concentrated mostly on the north. One very heavy strike has hit the south in the governorate of Aden. But in Aden and in other cities in the south, there's a lot of clashes between Yemeni forces. So there's a lot of Yemeni killing going on there. And it's a result of this Saudi-led strikes because the discourses on the ground are of hate and animosity.
Well, with that being said, what can the Arab League do to calm things in Yemen? Are we past any type of diplomatic solution here?
Well, the thing is, you can never exhaust diplomatic solutions. There's always a way out, and we all have to remember that. So the strikes have happened for 4 nights now. There's a fifth night, so Yemenis are being hit right now as we speak. But the thing is, it doesn't seem to be clear what's the next step moving forward. What's plan B? What happens after they've completely destroyed all of the military bases, which is destroying the military infrastructure of Yemen? With that destroyed, President Hadi would have no military to rule anywhere. No other Yemeni president would ever have a military. They'd have to start from zero. So there should be a plan B. It should be made public, and we should know about it. But it's very important to cease fire. It's very important to stop these strikes because these strikes have been very strong and they're terrifying the people on the ground.
You mentioned earlier Yemenis killing Yemenis. So if boots do go on the ground there from Egypt or another Arab country, who's going to fight for whom if that happens?
Well, that's the thing. They don't really understand Yemeni culture like Yemenis do understand it. And in the past, whenever a foreign country sent troops into Yemen, Egypt has done that before in the past. They got slaughtered there. They don't know the geography of the place. They don't understand how Yemenis fight each other. And the problem with the fight in Yemen is that at one point, if you're a Yemeni, you could be the Houthi one day, you could be a southerner the next, you can be a secessionist. You can wear several identities at the same time. So it's about stabilizing the situation there. I think the only way out is to involve everyone in a negotiation.
And we'll see if that ever comes to the table. Sama Al-Hamdani, a Yemeni political analyst, joining us from Washington tonight. Thank you so much.